If you have the story and you have the legend, you print the legend. But Jim Capers is both the story and the legend in one.
You're looking at Major Capers, The Legend of Team Broadminded, a feature documentary that portrays the extraordinary life story of Major James Capers Jr., an American hero who persevered through adversity during a time of civil unrest. I'm joined by Major James Capers Jr., along with the director and producer of the documentary, Ashley Cusato. She's also an actress in Hollywood. Welcome both of you to Great Day.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Well, it's such an honor to have a true American hero in you, and then also someone who recognizes the importance of our history and what Major Capers has done. First, for the audience who hasn't heard the story, please tell us about this documentary.
Major Capers, The Legend of Team Broadminded, is a story about a true American hero who persevered during a time of civil unrest, and after 50 classified missions and having been wounded 19 times, Major Capers has become one of the highest decorated Force Recon Marines in history.
Wow.
And this is the gentleman sitting right next to me.
Tell me, how does it feel to have a documentary about your life and what you did for this country?
Well, I'm humbled because not many people get to have that done, to see their lives unfold before them. She's done that and done a very good job, and she's been awarded, awards for that, for her service. So guys like me, I feel guilty because I'm one of the lucky ones. There are so many young Americans from my generation, my era, who didn't get to see the Super Bowl or the World Series, or to be married, or have their first child, or see their first child take a step. Those are the sacrifices that they made.
But during the time that you were in the military, it was also the height of the civil rights era.
Mm-hmm.
So on one hand, you're not receiving fair treatment as a citizen of this country, and on the other hand, you're fighting for this country in a very heroic way. And like you said, many of your brothers in combat didn't make it. How do you reconcile those two?
Well, you can't reconcile history. African American Marines were not allowed to come into the Marine Corps until 1942. And once we were allowed to come into the Marine Corps, then you were trained as Marines, and to show your ability, then Marines of color was welcome.
One of the highlights, Ashley, that we see in the film is that you were chosen as one of the faces of the Marines, the most successful Marine Corps recruiting campaign from 1968 to 1975. And we're just coming out of the Civil Rights era at that time.
Right. It was an extraordinary honor for Major Capers. He had just come back from the Vietnam War in 1967. And like I said earlier, having been wounded 19 times, he was recovering from his wounds and had the honor to be chosen to be the face of the Marines. It was extraordinary.
It's like anything else. When you're honored, you wonder, why me? And on that recruiting poster, you see a group of men behind me. They need to be honored. And when I was standing there, my leg had been broken during the war in Vietnam, and so I had a little trouble with stability, which I still do today. And there was a Marine behind me who said, "Don't worry, sir, I'll hold you up."
Ashley, tell me about some of the accomplishments and missions that you highlight in the film.
We cover a few extraordinary missions, all top secret classified missions that are recently declassified, which is why this was an extraordinary opportunity to bring these stories and these missions to light after all these years. One of, in particular, was a FULOC, and it was a very difficult mission, and I let Major Capers maybe say a few words about this mission.
Well, the FULOC mission, we were sent in to destroy a larger force. And we got there, and the force was a little larger than we had anticipated. And we lost my war dog, who was a large German Shepherd. He was killed. and everybody was wounded. And we all survived. We all survived, barely. And that's the time I was wounded. A Claymore mine went off and wounded the whole team.
Thank you so much
Thank
for the
you.
work you're doing. I feel like
Thank
it's service
you.
as too with storytelling and documentary
Yes.
telling. And thank you, Major Capers, for the
Thank
work that
you.
you've done and you continue to do.